Okay, we're recording. Ready to get started?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, team, thank you for making time to be here with us tonight. I'm really excited about this topic because several of you are brand new and you are doing all the right things so far. You've made your list of prospects and potentials. You've started reaching out to people individually. You've started posting on Facebook. And so you're starting to get questions, just the basic questions about Plexus and about your about joining your team and how you run your business and really about the basic business model that we have here. And so Melissa and I wanted to take the opportunity to sort of role play. And to be honest, I'm really excited about getting a lot of training out of this as well. You know,
Good.
Melissa's been doing this for 3 years, and I'm, just over a year. And so I'm excited about just hearing her feedback for what I would typically say to a prospect or a friend who reached out to me and wanted to learn more, or even someone that you meet in the post office or just somewhere out in public. I want you to keep that in mind. So when we're talking over these questions, just keep in mind that this could be someone who you're close with, someone who's in your direct network, or it might be that you're answering these questions out in public to someone you've just met in your cold network, or even at an event as well. So just keep that in mind as we kind of go through these. But just I wanted to thank you all for everything that you are doing. Number one, I feel honored to get the opportunity to work with you. And number two, this just makes it so much fun for me. I mean, I kind of think about this all day long, and it's because I get to do this with my friends and we're just having so much fun together. So just wanted to say thanks because this has just been a blast. So Melissa, let's just start off with sort of that first question. And if you meet someone at the post office, I use that example because I've got a customer now who just placed her second order, and I met her in the line at the post office. But
Yeah.
so you're standing in the line at the post office and someone says, "So, what do you do?" So, go ahead.
I love this because every interaction is different, and I think people just think that, okay, we're just supposed to know what to say, and there really is a practice makes perfect with this, and there really is a way and a method to make your yeses happen. So as awkward as this may seem, I love role playing now, and I still practice. So this is just one of those kind of things that you realize the more that you do, the more comfortable it becomes. And there's never the same conversation twice, but the more times you say it, the more comfortable you get. It's just like giving a speech or doing anything else. It's all about being comfortable with what you say and do. And if you love the products and you believe in them, that's great. But if you've never talked about them before to anybody, and then you are on the spot for the first time, as natural as it may seem to you, it's really good to stop and really work on what you're going to say and how to say it. So there's a real point and method and intention in what we're doing tonight. And I can tell you guys that the confidence and the belief and practice makes all the difference. When I speak to people about Plexus now, it's so comfortable, it's second nature, and I don't get a lot of no's because I speak with intention, I'm bold, I'm unafraid, I'm passionate about what I'm saying, and I'm not cheesy vomiting Plexus on people. It's genuine passion, and that's from practice. So it's really important that we're spending this time together, and I just love getting to see you guys. I feel like we're all together right now. So I love that this is work. So it just, in starting with that, the first thing is when people say, okay, so what is it that you're doing? So we're going to do some role play. I'm going to ask Jennifer some questions. She's going to throw back an answer, and then I'll just chime in with any additions or suggestions. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay, so I've been hearing you talk about this Plexus. What is it? What is it exactly? I've never heard of Plexus. What is it that you do?
So Plexus is a health and wellness company. We have a full line of supplements that address gut health, overall health and wellness through improving your immunity, blood sugar regulation. I personally have just had amazing results. Goodness, I just lost 25 pounds through changing my life with Plexus.
Okay, so you're saying this. Okay, by the way, y'all, I'm going to play devil's advocate because I love that too. Oh, so it's one of those weight loss thing, one of those, like, is it one of those fad diet pill things?
Actually, the reason why I love Plexus, there's a lot of reasons, but one is that it's not a diet. It is not a one-time fix. It is not a magic pill. You don't count calories. You aren't limited to what you eat. But what it is an overall health system that allows your body to function properly, to heal itself on the inside. And then because you're managing your glucose, you're able to curb those cravings and have more energy. And so you're able to, by listening to your body and what it really wants and needs, you're able to make wiser decisions. So whereas before, 3 o'clock in the afternoon while my kids are napping, I always felt like I needed a nap. I'd go to the pantry, grab a handful of Oreos to kind of get my sugar back up, and then I'd go about my day. What I didn't know is I was creating a very unhealthy cycle of my blood sugar going up and down, spiking up and down. Now I have the sustained natural energy where I don't have those spikes. And so I don't have those sugar cravings, and I don't need that in order to make it through the day.
Well, that sounds way too good to be true. So is it full of, is it like crack? I mean, how, this sounds too good to be true. It must be really hard or complicated. Do you take, is it multiple steps? How does this work? Because I love double stuffed Oreos. So you're going to have to tell me a little bit more about this because this sounds way too easy.
Yes. So a couple things. Number one, if you like to indulge in something, you have the freedom to do that. But again, this helps you make wiser choices. But our products are natural. They are plant-based. In fact, I've got ingredient sheets on every single one of our products, but the ingredients found in our products are proven to literally heal your gut, balance your glucose, and it's so simple. I literally wake up in the morning, I take a packet that's, I don't have to scoop anything. I just take a packet, I open it up, I pour it in my water, I shake it up, I drink my Slim. I take my vitamin in the morning just like I would normally any other vitamin.
Okay.
And then, throughout the day, I take a cleanse that cleanses my GI, and then a probiotic at night before I go to bed. And that's how I've achieved these amazing results.
Well, I love, now I'm just being me, so I'm going to have to just kind of go back and forth on this, but I love that you made it so much about health. I think weight loss is what gets people's attention, but really that you mentioned what's happened with you as far as your weight loss goal, but you made it so much more about overall health and wellness. And that is what's going to make people really believe what you're talking about. So you made that so simple, and you were just very, very direct about it and very concise. So I love that. When people
One thing I should have added. Sorry.
Oh,
one thing I
ahead.
should have added was the byproduct of getting yourself healthy on the inside is weight loss. That kind of ties everything in together. So I should have tied that all in together.
No, you did great, especially just for being on the spot like that. One thing that I try to have prepared in my mind, we call it an elevator speech. It is almost just like a one phraser for if someone happens, just like you would imagine if you're in an elevator and you have just a few seconds to talk to somebody and by chance you end up talking about what you do, or there's always a way to incorporate Plexus into conversation because there's so many different things that it offers. So it's great to just have a one-liner about what Plexus is, because surprisingly, even now, I still have people say, oh, I've never heard of that. So a lot of times we assume that people know all about this, but quite often, either people have heard of it and think of it as they may already have a preconceived notion of, oh, it's this weight loss product, or they don't know about it at all. So I loved that you started with that it's a health and wellness-based company. I love that you talked about it being plant-based, and I love that you also made it personal. So you're very believable in that. And I just think it's also great that if you know who you're speaking to, so you've got your lady in the post office, you don't know her at all. But if I'm talking to Sherry, who I know is a school teacher, it's great to also be able to instantly personalize that conversation. So, Jennifer knows that I have a diabetic husband, so focusing on that blood sugar stabilization was huge. That right there is what my sponsor did, because I saw the weight loss part on Facebook and thought, okay, my background's in health and wellness. I've done personal training, and I saw that and went, fad, another thing, junk in my mind. And when she approached me, it was so easy to just stonewall and say no. And what she did was Suzanne came to my house with samples and said, hey, I want you to take a closer look at this. I'm not the guru here. I just wanted to lose some weight. But this is about blood sugar stabilization. These products were actually made for type 2 diabetics. And when you stabilize blood sugar, it allows the metabolism to function at a much more efficient rate. You need to take a deeper look. So knowing your audience is huge, but also having just that one-liner or two lines about what Plexus is and what it's done for you is huge, so that you're ready to talk to anyone, anytime. So I love how you did that perfectly. So,
well, and I love that you said the one line of, once you have your glucose stabilized, your metabolism can operate much more effectively. I love that as a one-liner for us to use.
Well, and that proves right there that there's science behind it. So it's not just this is about weight loss. It automatically tells people, you know what you're talking about, because stabilizing your blood sugar is the key to that is what controls inflammation in the body. Blood sugar stabilization is the core of health. And so if you are able to get that across in your messaging, people will automatically realize that you know more than, that this is, wow, she knows her stuff. So I love that. So you talked about meeting somebody in the post office. And so there's definitely a certain message that you want to send to people that you're talking to for the first time. But one thing that we talk about all the time is targeting the right people. So of course, there are going to be people on Facebook that respond, or people that you meet in your day-to-day, people that come into your house even, that you can talk to and share this opportunity with. But the best part about this is getting to pick and choose who you want to work with and who you want to share Plexus with, because that's where the business side comes. And that's when we get to jump on a call and I look and there's all these people that I love and adore on this call right now because Jennifer was intentional and chose dream team, rock star, well-networked people that she knows. I'm going to surround myself with successful people that can do this as good or better than I can. So talking to your dream teamer, that's where practice really comes in. So Jennifer, talk to me about how do you talk to a dream teamer, somebody that you have thought about and know, and when you get that chance, how do you make them believe that this is real and not just another candle thing or another just network marketing thing? How is it that you make people believe that this is the real deal?
So here's a similar message that I sent to someone that I wouldn't call a friend, but someone who I knew would be would be really good. I knew just from kind of watching her that she um, was very much into health and wellness. I knew that she had a terrific network. And I also knew just from organizations that she had been involved with in the past that she was very driven. She had served in some leadership capacity. So those are the things that I knew about her. And so this is a similar message that I sent to her, and she would certainly be what I would consider a dream teamer. And after we finish this, we can talk a little bit about, what that means.
Okay.
Hey, Dana, I have watched you from afar through church and through junior league, and I have always admired you and have heard such great things about you. I've started a health and wellness health and wellness business through Plexus. And when I think about the type of person who would be on my dream team, you come to mind. Would you be willing to meet me for coffee or for lunch? I would just love to tell you more about my business. I'm going to be honest in saying that I am looking for a few driven, talented, fun women to partner with me. I want to approach this business differently. I want to have a lot of fun. I want to see major financial success, and I want to do it with like-minded people. I'm on the path to reach the top of our company, which means a 300,000 plus salary, a Lexus, amazing trips, and a whole lot of perks. But I know you're gainfully employed. However, I would just love to tell you about this, how we're doing this, what the potential is. Would you be up for grabbing coffee or lunch with me soon? I sent a similar message to another one of my dream teamers, someone that I knew was more of a cut to the chase kind of person, someone who would just want the facts, the details, not a lot of chit chat. And I got a response back. We met for lunch, and now she's joining the team this week. So I feel like a message like that can be very effective. Now, just Melissa, I want to hear your feedback, but something I want to add is I made this very specific to the type of person I knew her to be. So this would not be appropriate for someone a message like this wouldn't be appropriate for someone who is more relational, someone who is going to want to hear about how you're changing lives, someone who is going to be more focused on helping people. This is truly meant for someone who I know is very driven, is a professional person, and who would see value first in working her way up to the top of a company and the perks before she might see value in hearing the personal stories of where I've gotten to change people's health, Mm-hmm. So it was very tailored to the type of person. And that's what's important to do when you are approaching someone that is at the top of your list. So Melissa, what do you think?
A couple of things. One thing that I think makes Jennifer so awesome is that you are fearless and you're bold and you are unafraid to just lay it out there like that. I will tell you guys that is not how Suzanne approached me. I had done network marketing before and had said never, ever, ever again. She knew I had what I thought was a dream job at the time. And, now I look and go, wow, my ceiling was this high. I thought that what I was doing was the best thing that I would ever be able to do in my life. But she knew how to talk to me. She knew that I didn't want to do a network marketing, bug my friends, be that lady person. So she was really smart and went about it through my husband, because she knew that that is where we had the biggest need. He was in trouble with his health, and she knew that because we were good friends. We talked about that frequently. I told her about his scary endocrinologist visit, and so she knew to come and to really make it about, this is a why not. It's $34.95. There is no reason not to try this. You guys you're scared, and I know you're in a scared spot. This is something new and different. It's a why not. And my initial response was, I don't want anything to do with the business at all, but the products sound great. So, but then in looking at the price, went, wow, okay, even though I do have a job, my husband's working, all that, we were a Dave Ramsey family, and there was not a line in our budget spreadsheet for that kind of monthly expense. And so the $34.95 was a no-brainer, and we made that deal up front that, okay, as long as I can cover the cost of the products, my husband would agree to take the products. And so here we are, things just naturally progressed. If Suzanne had come to me and said, I want to go to the top, I want to see major financial success, I think she would have known that I was already in a position where I was doing what I thought was probably the best that I could do. So, but what I love about Jennifer is that she leads with the business. Okay, I did not have the guts to do that. I will say I didn't know about Plexus at all when I started, and you guys are in a beautiful position because there is so much success now, not only locally, but on a national and international level. I mean, we're a $40 million a month organization now. When I started, Celeste, who is a double diamond and our top earner in the company, she was a Ruby ambassador. There was one diamond ambassador at the time. So to lead with the business opportunity, that we didn't have that to go on. So I love that you know who to talk to, you know the right people to talk to, but you also know, and you've tailored a message for each person. So I absolutely 100% talk to people boldly about the business now, but I just didn't have that. I didn't have the success and the track record that you guys have with the team and with built-in materials. It was all brand new. So one thing for you guys to realize is that this is not crazy. The way that she's approaching this is really strategic. It's really smart. And now, if I heard this and I knew that, my 8 other friends in Little Rock were all driving Lexuses within a year, and their husbands had quit their jobs and they quit their, absolutely. I'd be ready to hear that open with an open ear. At the time, it was all about product. So one thing to keep in mind is that, like Jennifer said, it's all about who you're talking to. So I think now we're at a place where the products are life-changing and the business opportunity is equally as life-changing. And so you can talk about both, and it's not going to be a turnoff because it's doable. We've shown people that it's possible. We've shown people that you can start making money right away with this. And to be able to say that you're on your way to making a $300,000 salary, that is 100% legitimate, which is crazy, because if I had heard that then, I would have been like, what are you talking about? That's just too good to be true. So I love that you talked about wanting to do this with like-minded people. That automatically makes them feel loved and special. People love to know why they are valued. And I think when we feel like we're trying to get somebody on board with something, that we tend to want to overtalk the business side or even overtalk the opportunity. What Jennifer did so beautifully there was that you lifted up the person. Is it Dania? I wanted to make sure I said her name right, but I love that you talked about that you admired her, that you have always heard great things about her. I love that you talked about saying that you felt like that she was a talented person that you could see that you would want to have fun with. That wasn't talking about the X factor and about the alpha lipoic acid in Plexus Slim. That was talking about her. That was talking about her skill sets and why she felt chosen. And that would make me feel like, wow, she is putting me in that short list of people. That means a lot. So I love that you even talked about, hey, I know you've got a job, but let's just sit down and let's just get together, let's have fun, let's talk more about this. So I think the way that you handled that is very direct, but completely on target with where we are in terms of this company and what this company has to offer.
Well, and thank you, Melissa. Let me share kind of how I have approached my closest friends and family, just to kind of give you another view at how you can approach this. Feel very fortunate that my mom, my mother-in-law, my sister, my 3 sister-in-laws, several of my cousins have all joined me. And Sabra, you can probably remember the day that I called you. And this is kind of what I have said to my loved ones, people that I know I can just be completely candid with. And, there have been a couple that I've really had to kind of just say, you are missing the boat if you don't do this with me. In a year, I'm going to be at the top of our company, and you're going to be thinking, why didn't I do this with you? So here's kind of my approach with my close friends and family. I mean, I am just totally myself, and I say, I am so excited about Plexus. I know you've seen on Facebook where how I've lost this crazy amount of weight. I feel better than I have felt in literally years. And Plexus I'm watching it change the health of my customers, of the people on my team. And I have sat and watched while 11 of my good, close personal friends have reached the top of this company in a year. And so all the while they're helping hundreds of people change their health. They're earning amazing income, 6-figure income. They receive these amazing perks. And I want you to do this with me. I literally want to have fun. I want you to, I want to help support you. I will help train you. But do this with me. We will go to the top of this company together. And so that's kind of an example of when it's someone that I know, very, very closely, I'm just very honest in saying, let's do this together. This is what I've seen happen with my friends. This is what I see that's going to be in my future. I don't want to do it alone. Let's do it together. And it's certainly gotten me to where I am today. That's for sure. And that's the truth. I think the worst thing in the world would be to make it to the top of our company and not have my good friends and loved ones with me. I really do. So why would I not want to share this? Something that the reason why I am so bold about Plexus, it didn't start that way for me either. But the reason why I'm so bold is because of the personal stories that I have gotten the chance to be involved in, and changing, and people having their health totally, completely changed. I've shared those stories with you all, but just knowing that this is truly such a gift. My first customer, very, very first person that purchased from me, I think it was, maybe day 2 of, it was right after I posted on Facebook. So day 2 of starting my business. She still takes the products today. She's a diabetic. And she said to me a couple of months after having purchased from me, she said to me, Jennifer, thank you for sharing these products. She just saw it on my Facebook page. She said, thank you. Plexus is truly a gift to me. And ever since then, it clicked with me that I'm not asking people to buy products. I'm not peddling anything on Facebook. I am truly sharing about something that can change their health or the health of the people that they love, and it can also totally change their finances and the future of their children's finances. That's what we're talking about here. So I do share boldly because, to be honest, if they choose not to do that with me, to do this with me, I'll totally respect that. But I just feel like it's such a gift that anyone can benefit, either from the products or from our business model. So I'm not ashamed. I share very boldly because I believe it can only help someone. And why would I not want to share something that's changed my health and the health of others with the people I love, So
Absolutely.
that's just kind of why I share so boldly.
And that is what is going to make people want to be a part of this, is when they see it's not just about what they hear, it's about who they hear it from. So people may have heard about Plexus, people may have seen Plexus, but when it was Jennifer sharing, okay, wow, that's Jennifer saying this. That's Junior League Jennifer, or whatever. I know people would have said that to me before. I saw other people talking about Plexus, but I know the things you guys as a family have done, the sacrifices that you've made for your family as far as health and wellness goes. And so when you talked about this, it made me realize this is real. So it's so important to realize that what you have to say is really powerful. It's not just another person saying something. It's the fact that you're saying it. So even if you've watched other people and maybe they haven't had the success and you're thinking, okay, well, or maybe that they have, thinking, well, what's different about me and about what I'm saying? It's all about you and about what you're saying, because when people see you and they trust you, this is a relationship business. So my best friend, Sally Crosby, who is now a senior Ruby ambassador, told me no a lot of times. And I finally said to her, I'm asking you to trust me. I know that you are made for this. And I know I know that you guys did Advocare. I know that this seems like a similar thing, but I am telling you that this is going to change everything for you guys. You're working 4 part-time jobs. You're maxing out credit cards. You're teaching fitness classes. Your husband's in youth ministry. You guys have the right people. You have the personality for this. You have the perfect story. You have the perfect setup. All I'm asking you to do is to trust me and know that we are gonna do this together. So just have a little faith. Step out on faith and let's do this, but let's do it together. And I promise you, I am fighting for you, and I want this for you more than I want this for myself. And that is what makes people go, okay, that sounds like fun. This is voluntary. We all have jobs that we can go and do because we have to do it. We want people to do this because they want to do it, because it's something fun and fresh and different. And because I knew I was able to tell Sally my first full paycheck was more than the highest paycheck that I ever made in that other company that I didn't have passion for, that was in this super, it was all for women that were looking for anti-aging products that could pay this amount of money. This is for the many, not for the few. And so knowing that we've got an audience, knowing that America is a country that is sick, that is obese, that is extremely toxic and unhealthy, realizing that this is genuinely a gift, that this is something that is changing lives, that's going to change your life, that's changing my life, that changes everything. I feel like if I don't tell people about this, that I'm truly holding back something that, people they make the decision. They decide if they're going to do it or not. But it's up to us to let them know what they're missing, because we know what they're missing. And gosh, y'all, just the financial opportunity is crazy. And that's another part of it too. I love that you're unafraid to be bold about that, because that's not normal. I never would say, oh, I made $50,000 in my job when I was in, marketing. You don't talk like that. That's not how we speak to people. So that took me a little while to get past. But now I can say to somebody, I am making in 1 month what I made in an entire year in corporate America. And that happened within a year and a half. And I'm not afraid to say it because it really happened. And that seems crazy, but it's real. And I'm going to show you how to do it too. Okay.
Well, and love that, Mel, because, I was taking the products. I loved the products and was not interested in the business opportunity at all.
Mhm.
just because I didn't want to do an MLM.
Yep.
I didn't want to feel like I was pressuring my friends. I didn't want to be that person in the room,
Get it. Yeah.
and I didn't want to have parties where I had to walk around with a clipboard and take orders from people. I didn't want to do that. And that's what I thought it might be.
Mhm.
But I watched friend after friend become successful, and here I am taking the products and they work and I love them. And then one friend, out of all of my friends, one friend posted the income graphic. And when I saw what she was making, and then I kind of went through and looked at what my other friends were making, and I, had she not posted that graph, it would have taken me even longer to jump on board, because now, I'm sure I would have seen it from someone at some point. But when she posted that graphic that showed that she was making $5,000 a month, it mattered. It made the difference for me. It made me realize, if I don't do this, it will be a missed opportunity.
Mhm.
And if she can do it, if my 11 friends can do it,
Yeah.
surely I can do it too, And I will say, and Sherry, I think you could probably attest to this because you were a longtime customer. I don't pressure. I don't push. It often randomly comes up in conversation and I'll talk about it. But my goal has been not to approach my business that way. And, I feel like I'm at a place that I can be proud in the growth that we're seeing and know that I've done it with integrity and with, keeping relationships intact and that sort of thing. So
Absolutely.
I can tell you on the other side of, being in this business, you don't have to go at a certain pace, and you can operate your business like you want to. And you certainly don't have to pressure people. That is not something that we have to do at all. People want and need these products.
That's what made this doable for me. Was that exact thing, was that I said never again, that I would never, because the business that I had tried that one time, it was so high pressure. And we didn't have social media at the time, and I was having to call people and trying to make these quotas every month. And it just was so outside of my comfort zone that I was so thrilled to go back to a job that was hourly, because I never wanted to be in that position again. And just by sharing about what had happened with Nathan and with his health and with how he was feeling, it was so incredible that people were coming and asking questions and wanting to know more about it. I just didn't expect for it to be that natural. I didn't expect for it to be that organic. And that is what made me realize, wow, this is way more doable than I even thought that it was going to be. And then, okay, with 2 or 3 customers, we're covering our products for the month. Wow, can I imagine if I really put some effort behind this? And that's what's neat about this, is that we have a comp plan that shows people that this is real, and you don't have to want to be a diamond to have life-changing income. And so I love that. I love that we can talk about it with whatever level people want to be at, and just really making it personal to what they want. So I love that. So a lot of times, like you and me, and it was really interesting too, in our leadership training, was all jewels and above. They asked us in the room, and there were probably 100 of us just in the room. This was a month ago. They said, raise your hand if you signed up for Plexus, if you signed up to become an ambassador to get the discount. And I would say I think it was over 85% of us raised our hand and said we wanted nothing to do with the business. So understand that, people are skeptical by nature, and think about too how you felt going into this, and realize that that's how the people that you're talking to are. I think a lot of times people think, okay, everyone's just going to say yes. And, well, think about you. Think about what you had to go through in your mind to get to where you were like, okay, I think I'm going to really go for this. Now, once you're there, it's a totally different deal. But like with my friend Sally, I ended up talking with her and saying, remember what it took for us to get to this point now. And she was like, that's so true. But once you get that belief, and once you know what to say and how to say it, it just makes all the difference in the world. So don't be afraid to share what's working for you, what you're seeing. And hey, if it's, I'm getting my products paid for, that's enough. If it's, hey, my car payment got covered this month. After, 3 or 4 months of doing this, my car payment was paid for. Okay. People want it. That's relatable. That's what people want to hear. So I love that. So because there are so many people that we know are not saying, ooh, I want to be the Plexus lady when I grow up. That is what when I think about my dream, I want to be the head of a marketing, of an MLM. That is my dream job. We know that that's not what people are saying. Okay, we know that. So what is it, Jennifer, that you say to encourage people to join, to get the discount? Or how is it that you talk to people to get them from considering the business opportunity? We know people are going to want to try the products. We've got that audience. But what is it that you're saying that would encourage people to take it to that next step? Converting those customers to ambassadors, or getting people to join as ambassadors. What is it that you're saying?
Sure. One thing, so when thinking about talking about our pricing and versus joining for our company, two things. Number one, you all are learning that in order to promote in our company, you need people to join your team. And so it helps as you add people to your team, whether they are joining just to get the wholesale discount or whether they're joining to build a business. Both of those people, those types of people matter to helping you get to your next promotion, which for you provides a bonus, but also helps you get closer to that emerald level as well. Now, the second thing is, I believe, just from having many, many, many conversations with people now about our products and, pricing, etc., I believe the cheaper we can get the products for them, the longer that they'll stay on them. The more support we provide to them, the longer they'll stay on them. The more education that they receive about health and wellness and about these quality products, the longer they will stay on them, which only will benefit their health. So as I'm talking to people who reach out to me or people that I meet, I always tell them about the customer pricing, but I also mention the ambassador pricing as well. And here's just kind of a sample of what I say. The triplex costs $124.95 for customers, but it costs $109.95 for ambassadors. And our joining fee is only $34.95. That is less than a shirt at Target. Mm-hmm. So you make up the cost of the joining fee with your savings in your first 2 months as a member of my team. Plus, you get a full year. For your $34.95, you get a full year of purchasing wholesale. So if at one point you want to try the vitamin, you want to try our weight loss regimen, you want to try our protein powder, you need some of our ease cream for achy shoulders, you need some of the body cream for your hair, you need some of our nerve health, you can purchase that at wholesale. You can also purchase for your family at wholesale as well. Also, you earn money off of your own purchases. So I can show you how easy it is to get your products paid for by just having either a couple people join your team or a couple customers purchase from you. But you know what? The other thing is you're not required to carry any inventory. You don't have to have parties. You don't have to deliver products. You don't have to take orders. You don't have to meet a big quota. If someone sees a difference in you while you're using your products, they see either weight loss or see more energy or see a difference in you, they're going to ask you, and they can simply purchase from you or join your team. And then that helps you earn money towards your purchase. We can get your products for free. It's just so easy to do that because everybody needs our products. So that's something similar to what I tell people when they're considering whether to go the customer route or the ambassador route. That's not necessarily to, to talk to them about the business, but it's sort of how I break down the cost for people who really are just wanting to take the products, not necessarily join my team. So
perfect. One thing, and I'll make this part really quick, but super important. One thing that to keep in mind is people love the products, okay? So even if they're not interested in the business, and most of us weren't, keep in mind that people love these products, and if they are not having to pay for them out of pocket every month, they're going to be so much more likely to continue taking the products because life happens, okay? We got Christmas happens, air conditioners break, car expenses happen, life happens, and people are, this is a luxury. Now, I think it's a necessity, but a lot of people would look at this and say, okay, what's going to give first? And this is a commodity that people will choose fixing the air conditioner over. So I look at this and say, I always love to start people as a preferred customer so they get that 60-day unconditional opportunity to try. That also gives them the ability to try at a discount, and it also gives them the ability to try more products than they probably would if they were just doing it as a one-time buy. But it's so important after that first month, or I would say between 30 and 90 days, maximum 90 days, usually 30 to 60 days is the window. That's where I go back to them. And we have this awesome sheet on the Darby team page. If you click on the files, and Jennifer, if you don't have it on your page, I'd love for us to have that for them. It's just a one sheet about how, and it shows all the different ways that you can cover the cost of your products. So, 3 retail customers, 2 preferred customers, going silver. I mean, all the different ways that you can make sure. So just as ambassadors, think about how important it is for your people that they have, that is the first thing that you focus on, is you think about, okay, what can I do to make sure that they don't have to pay for these products? Because they will continue to keep taking them, and they will fall more in love, and everything will happen as it should if they're not having to tap that bank account every month. Because like I said, 90% of families are paycheck to paycheck. And even for us, when we were, doing okay before, that was still that was still a lot of money for products. So I always think about that, and I still think about that now, and know that the reason that we had the success that we had is because we were able, I made that bet with Nathan, and I said, okay, I'm going to cover the cost of these products because I know that if he can't gripe about the money, we'll take it. And so that's one thing that I think is huge for us as business ambassadors to think about for our customers is step 1 is making sure that we get those costs at a minimum and get those products in their hand so that they're not having to pay for them. That right there will get them involved in the business, and it will show them how doable it is too.
Absolutely. Well, and another thing that I like to that I want to share with my team is, I joined right off the bat to get the discount. It allowed me to stay on the products longer. And then, I was added to a couple of team pages, and, just little by little seeing that information, it made the difference for building belief for me in this business, and that I could do it, and that it would be worth it. And that, it allowed me to set aside my fear for what people would think of me, and focus more on how this could impact my family and the loved ones around me from sharing these products with them. And so it made that more important. So again, there's value in that. So let's do, just to wrap this up, let's touch on this last question, and then we can talk a little bit about how to close.
Okay, so let's talk about, so what do you say when you're telling somebody about joining the team? So you're ready to take it that step further. What is it that you tell people that would really grab their attention or really get them thinking about taking this beyond just the discount?
So one thing that I share is just my personal financial, um, I don't want to say success, but my story when starting my team. Now, if you're brand new, you may not have that yet, but here's a couple things that you can do. Number one, you can always share what you've learned about your sponsor. You know, my sponsor is able to cover her mortgage every month. Her sponsor was able to retire her husband. Her sponsor was able to quit her job and retire her husband. So when talking about the financial aspect of this company, if you don't have a financial story yet, you can use ours because we're your direct upline. We're your friend. We're the person that, that you joined. So you can always share our story. Another good thing to just share is that we have a compensation plan that is different from other companies. It's second to none. We get paid 11 ways, and our company actually shares their profits with us every month, every single ambassador. So that's another thing that you can share when you're just starting out. I mean, it's good to share, I share it every day that I talk about Plexus, but it's great to add to what you share, especially when you're joining and when you first started. So I usually share that my first month I had 3 people join my team and 6 customers, and I made $500 that month, enough to cover my products and my car payment. And then 3 months in, I was able to promote to gold, which means I had 20 people join my team. And some of these people I had not even met before. It was people that was joining the people directly under me. But that my monthly income nearly paid my mortgage that month. And what amazes me is that my team continues to grow around the country. And, I have some team members who are just enjoying the discount. And then I have some team members who work this business a little bit because they want to cover their car payment every month. And then I have some team members who are all in like me and have a desire to help others with their health and get to the top of our company. So we're all on our team for different reasons, but it has blessed my family so much financially. And it has been so rewarding to work with my team, to cheer them on, to give them the tools and resources that they need to be successful, to partner with them, to help them reach their next promotion and their personal goals with this business. It has just been such a blessing to be a part of it all.
Love it. I love that. Again, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so I would love to hear your feedback and then how to sort of close the deal.
Yes. So one thing that I love, and I'll keep this part short, but I love that you were very upfront about the different levels with people on your team that, hey, there's people going for it. There's people that, you love people where they're at in their journey. Not everybody needs to be where you want to be. And that no matter what, you're going to help them get to wherever it is that they want to be. I love that we have so many different people at so many different levels of this, and no matter what, we're in this to help we are their coach to get them wherever it is that they want to be, and love them where they are, celebrate it with them, and be there they're never in this alone. And I love that aspect of it. One thing, when I talk to people about joining the team, was something similar that you said too, is, look, these are products that I was already buying. I was buying vitamins for my family. I was buying protein shakes at Costco. Costco never gave me a check for 25% back of my purchase. And every month I get that just for my family. So to get my family on a higher quality product and to get that money recouped just for my purchases alone, that's a no-brainer. So I love how you talked about earning that $500. Like I've learned to become a lot more open about what this comp plan has done and what this comp plan offers for people. And in talking to them about getting a Lexus, I mean, that's not why I joined to do this or about going to Hawaii or any of those things, but that's tangible stuff. People don't understand what going emerald or going diamond is, but people know what getting a free Lexus in a year means. People know, you know, making 300,000 plus in a year, what they know what that means, and making those goals attainable and showing them that we've got everything in place. They don't have to reinvent the wheel. All they have to do is just join us. That makes this doable. Now, in closing, one thing, as we talked about at the beginning, is that there really is a method to how we talk to people. And the way to get yeses is by closing the deal. We talk about that there's fortune and follow-up, but staying in control of the conversation is huge, okay? Remember that you're the one that is talking to the person. You are in control of the conversation. So if you think of it like having a basketball, okay? You want to stay in control of the ball. You want the ball to be in your side of the court. So what that means is when I talk to somebody about this, and the first time that I talk to them, I make sure that they understand what the products are, how they can get them. I give them a customized plan. And this is all in the very first conversation that I have with them. And even if it's over email or through Facebook Messenger, I give them everything that they need. Now, if it's not too much, I give them just a snippet about each product that I recommend for them, and I tell them how to sign up, talk to them a little bit about the benefits, and I give them all of the tools so that there is not okay, well, I'm going to have to call that, oh man, I'm going to have to call her back later. We're going to talk for an hour. I give them everything that they need so that in that first conversation, they can go. They don't have to come to my house. I don't have to drop off product with them. That's what's beautiful about this, is that I give them the control. And when you guys give them the steps on how to place an order in your very first time that you talk with them, that will give them, and you explain that it's a risk-free, that's what's so great about, we believe in our products and our company believes in them so much that there is no risk in trying these. So there is no risk. So there's no reason not to try. And you give them those steps, and that keeps the ball in your court. Okay. Now, if you say to them, okay, so let me tell you about these products and they're great. And so why don't you think about it, and I'll call you back in a couple of days, and then we can go from there. Okay, you've lost them. You know what? Because Plexus isn't a priority to them. No matter how much we love the products, no matter how great this company has been to us, they don't know that yet. Okay, we're busy. Everyone's busy. And it's so easy to take these things personally, and it's just not. You cannot take other people's busy lives and their agendas and their lack of excitement personal, because they don't know what they're missing. So you've got to make sure that they know how to do it and how to finish it the first time you talk to them. Okay. I avoid samples. Now, have I done it? Absolutely. Did I do it a lot at the beginning? Yes. Again, that was a confidence thing. But now that's where I'm able to lean back on the 60-day money-back guarantee. And what I do is I don't even talk about retail. I always include it because I want to be forthcoming about the options. But I say to them, 98% of people that they start as a preferred customer or they start as an ambassador, because we ask that at a minimum you try these products for at least 60 days before you even decide what you think about them, because these are natural products that you want to give your body time to get adjusted, give your body a chance to detoxify and to get the true benefits. So this is not something that's going to just take 2 or 3 days. So if you say, okay, sure, I'll bring you a sample and then you can try it and see. Half the time, if you remember to follow up with them, it is still sitting in their cabinet They haven't touched it. They haven't tried it. And you've lost time. You've lost the excitement. You've lost the interest. And then how does that make you feel when they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to try that. Call me back in a week and I'll let you know how, again, it's just not their priority. So I've had one or two people say to me, I just have to try it first. Yeah.
Can I interject with two things?
Please, yes.
One, Sherry, I think this can kind of answer your question that you asked me earlier today. And how do you encourage people to stay on it? And one thing that we like to say when we are talking to people is that it takes time for your body, to reset and for these products to start taking effect. So we do like to tell them that on the front end. So that way they have an expectation that they're not going to see results next week after 7 days, being on the slim. So this, I love that she said that, because I think that can, be part of as you are coaching your new customers and team members on how to take their products. That's one thing that you need to be upfront about, is that this is going to take time, for their body to start functioning properly, and for, their results to start showing. And then number two, you often when you have a new team member or a new customer, you kind of treat them the same, just in asking how they're doing on the products, following up, that sort of thing. So just keep that in mind, that you want to set that expectation for both the new ambassador and a new customer.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So. No, that's huge. And when I talk to people about this too, it is not an upsell. It is I expect for them to try the system. Okay. I'm not just selling the slim. Okay. I want them, and I explain in my first time that I speak with them, that it's important to take this as a system, because we are getting healthy from the inside out. So I will say in a quick message that when you take the X Factor, that it has the aloe, and aloe will increase the absorption by up to 200%. So you want to make sure that if you're going to take slim, that you use the X Factor with it, and you want to make sure that you're using BioCleanse so that your body can detoxify and it can start working more efficiently and get that fat to the top. So then the slim can burn the maximum amount of fat and flush it out of your body with the BioCleanse, that you'll be feeling good, that you want that energy as well. So what I say to them is, look, this is an investment. This is an investment in your body. This is an investment in your health. So if you're going to invest the money, do it and do it right. Get the system. Give your body time. Take a before and after picture and measure. Because day to day, you may not know, you may not feel it, but that's when, you look up, and in month 3, that's when the magic happens. So don't give up on this too quickly. That's also that is why it's so important to get those product costs covered. Because if they know going into this, it's going to take a couple of months, again, life happens. So we want to make sure that that expenses are not an issue. So then they're able to give it the time that they need. So just talking about the consistency, but giving them a custom plan that will make them feel like exactly what it is that they need, giving them those tools from day one. And if people do want to try it first, what I do is I still get them to sign up as a preferred customer. And what I say is I'm going to get a week's worth of slim in the mail to you so that you can get started right now. And that way you don't even, I'm excited for you to get started right now. A 3-day sample is not going to be enough. So I'll mail you a week on me. That's going to get it in your hands, or I'll bring it by, whatever. But we want to get you on a preferred program, so that when it comes time next month, you don't have a day without product. Okay. The computer does the thinking for you. You save the most money. If you buy retail, it's for 1 month and you are paying 15% more. That's just putting money in a trash can for the exact same product. So it's just really important to be confident, have a plan when you talk to someone, and make sure that you give them everything that they need and that you absolutely follow up. And when you follow up, you say to them, I'm so excited. I know that this is going to be great. Let's get you started. There is no, well, what do you think? Or, if they have questions, they're going to ask. So make it, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you're ready to take this step. I'm excited that we're going to do this together. Let's get you started now. Okay. Most people, I mean, just don't give them an out. They'll tell you no if they are going to tell you no. But I just try to make it so that it's hard for them to, when they realize there's nothing to lose, everything's taken care of. I can get all my money back if I need to. She's going to show me how to do it so that I don't have to spend a whole lot of money anyway. There's no risk. That is going to make people feel invested in, with a plan, with a customized plan, with confidence, with results now. So keep the ball in your court and don't be afraid to be bold and to tell people about how this is going to change their life. So, because they want to know it, and when they hear it from you, it will be different than them reading it from somebody else's Facebook page. It's going to be because Sue and Sherry and Sabra, because they vouched for Plexus. That's what makes the difference. So you guys have so much more influence than you realize, and just have fun with it. Don't be afraid to just get excited and let people see that you're excited about it, because that's what's going to make this fun. Because we like having fun, don't we?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
is there any other questions or anything that you want to ask me, or that I need to add, or we good?
Well, one thing that I wanted to mention is, when I made my first post on Facebook, I got a message from a junior league friend within probably 20 minutes. I mean, it was pretty immediate. I remember forwarding it to Melissa, being so excited, but she just randomly messaged me, and she said, okay, I've seen other people, post about Plexus, but I trust you. And I know if you are behind this, then it must be legit. And so what Melissa said earlier about you all having influence, you might think that, this area is oversaturated. You might think that people are seeing it too much or seeing it from someone else on Facebook. But I can promise you that it takes the right person with the right message to make someone finally jump on board. Mm-hmm. And so just keep that in mind. And the other thing I'll say, just to follow up in closing, is just don't apologize. Don't apologize for reaching out. Don't apologize for your business. Don't apologize for following up. Just keep in mind that this can only help people. Another thing I'll say is, the experts in the communication field say that it takes anywhere from 7 to 14 times for someone to see something, for the message to resonate. So keep in mind that as you are posting on Facebook, we're not guaranteed that message is getting across to all 1,300 of my friends. The way Facebook works is it's not going to be at the top of everyone's news feed. So, that's why we often say post daily, post every other day, because different people in your friend group on Facebook are seeing different messages, at different times. So just keep that in mind, that you might think that they're seeing you post every day, but it's very likely that they're actually not. Also keep that in mind when you're following up, that it might take some very creative follow-up. You might send one message and not hear back, or not get the answer you wanted. Well, I know another friend of mine that's a diamond. She made it a point to every month reach back out. She would say something different. She might post a link to a diamond documentary that she thought was relatable to that person. She might, send a message about a specific sale. She might send a message about a specific product that she thought, she just by watching the person's news feed, she thought they might be interested in. So just keep in mind that it often takes 7 to 14 times for that person to get a message from you, or to see a post on Facebook, for it to really resonate with them and for them to take action on it. So any questions from anybody else? No, you're good, Sherry? Let's see.
You did. So if you have a question, let us know. And yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Any
questions?
You guys covered a lot of it, what I was thinking of, like what to say, and I appreciate all of that. And I think I wish that I could go back and talk to my sister-in-law again, you know, this time around, and
well, here's the
information.
With your sister-in-law, with anybody else, you can always come back and add supplemental information. You know, even, you know, if there's, you know, might be appropriate for a phone call, you know, so just find that you can always add to this discussion, you know, and it only builds, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Can't tell you how many times I've gone back and thought, oh, I wish I had thought of that the first time. And that's when you can go back and say, you know what, I've been thinking about you, and I meant to tell you that, you know, and whatever it is to say, you know, or just, hey, I'm learning, and I'm, you know, learning as I go, but I just can't stop thinking about you. And I wanted to make sure that you understand that X, Y, and Z, or whatever it is, just people will be excited that you're taking interest in them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, even, you know, to just share as you continue to learn. Like, I can see you when you reach out next time saying, oh my goodness, I was on a call last night and I learned so much about this business and what the potential is and the potential to help people. And I mean, I just even more now believe we have got to do this together, you know? So it really gives you, you know, it really gives you even a better opportunity to reach out. So, okay.
We are willing to do prospecting anytime. Sorry, just really quick. If y'all ever have somebody like that to where you're like, you know what, I really want to talk with them again, we can do, you know, three-way chats, three-way prospects, three-way calls, to where you can say, hey, I just want to take a couple minutes to jump on with my sponsor, because if you've got questions that I may not have an answer to, she does. She's the one that brought me into this. Let's talk about this. So that's what we're here for. And I would love to talk with your sister-in-law. I would love to talk to, you know, that dream teamer. And if you know you have somebody really important that you want to talk to us and let us help you, and let us help coach you through what to say, what to expect. You know, when you get the no, how do you redirect the conversation? How do you keep the ball in your court? That's what we're here to do, is to coach you guys. You're not in this alone, and don't ever feel like you are. So if you've got somebody that you really are wanting to talk to, you know, talk to us about it first, and we'll make sure that you feel really equipped. And we can always be there on the sideline. You can jump on the phone with us, or we can jump on a Facebook chat and even just be there to help, you know, add some things. So I do that a lot with people, and people appreciate that. So
that's great. Thank you. Well, thanks, team. Feel free to message if you have ideas for about our, you know, what to cover on our team calls. I want this to be useful, and I want it to be a benefit to you if you're going to take the time to do this. So just know that we want to help as much as we can. So thanks for being a part, and till next time.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys. Love y'all.
Bye.
I'll post the recording too. So if y'all want to listen to it or share with somebody.